Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a video that's going to be part of a three-part sort of series, I guess you could call it. I'm going to be reviewing some palettes from two different brands that are both themed around Nightmare on Elm Street. I love this. Like I've said plenty of times on my channel, I love when makeup and horror movies kind of come together, mix in, and we get some themed things like this. So I'm going to be doing an eye look with both of these palettes. One is from Peachy Queen. It is newish palette and it came out not too long ago. I've had it for maybe about a week or two already, maybe about 2 weeks. And so I'm going to be doing this palette first. I'm also going to be doing a look with this palette from Wicked Sisters Cosmetics. I think this one is also fairly new. I just found out about this brand like literally like this month or last month, and I ordered it, and I've had this one for about a couple days. So I'm excited to try out both of these palettes, and as you'll probably have seen from the title, I'm also going to be doing some rankings while doing my looks for these, and which will both videos that I do with the palettes. So the first video, which is this one, second video this one, those two videos, ranking videos, are going to lead up to a final ranking video of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. So we're going to break down different parts of the franchise to rank, and then rank the movies totally, like all the movies all together in the final video, where I will also round up my final thoughts on both two palettes. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, definitely just keep on watching. Before we get into the video, hi, my name is Erin, and I like to do a lot of makeup and movie themed content on my channel. I really enjoy watching horror movies. I really enjoy makeup, so I thought I would just take my two interests and make a channel about it. And I know there are many people on here on the platform that like both of those topics, so if you like either of those topics, definitely just think about subscribing, liking this video. It really helps me to get it out to more people, and stick around. I will link some more videos down below in the description box if you're interested in checking out some more of my content. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video, where I'm going to be today ranking all of the main final survivor characters, or main characters from the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. I'm also going to throw in the other survivors really quick before I get to the main characters, how I'll rank them. And this is just based on my personal opinion. If you do not agree with me, obviously definitely leave your list of the final characters or main protagonists down below in the description or in the comment section. Let's get started. Alright you guys, let's hop right into it. I don't want to waste this video too long. This is the palette from Peachy Queen. This palette cost me about around $20, I believe, and somewhere around that price range. Inside we have a mixture of greens, reds, some sort of like rosy kind of tones, as well as like a gold, some golds. Very much looks almost like a Christmas palette, which this came out right around this time anyways, around the holidays, so it could double as your Christmas palette if you're thinking of getting this, although at this point, the time this video is going up, it'll be too late to buy for Christmas. The outside packaging, it says Sweet Dreams, and it has the sweater color combo with the claw marks through there. Don't know if they actually are partnered with the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, or if this is just, I think this is just inspired by it. And you'll see some names in here inspired by the movie. So we have Dream, Sleep, Nightmare, Afraid, Scream / Never Sleep Again, Elm, Killer, Still Claws, 1, 2, and Red Door. So very kind of almost generic, but also very specific to the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. So I'm absolutely loving it. Back is pretty standard ingredients, and it's cruelty-free, vegan, and 24-month lifespan. So we really want to see. Have I tried? Yeah, I've tried one palette from Peachy Queen, which is this one. They do a lot of things based on movies. This one is also obviously inspired by Alice in Wonderland, the cat. So this was a really nice palette. So I'm expecting to like the formula, but we'll see. Alright, you guys. So my eyes are already primed. I'm going to go right on in. I'm guessing we'll just hop into... I think I'm going to do red today. Let's do red. And, again, eyes are already primed. So before we start the ranking of what I'm calling the main... Well, basically the main characters of the franchise, I wanted to also give you a ranking of the other survivors that are not necessarily like the main character. Do you get what I'm saying? But they survived the movie. Does that make sense? They might have survived their movie that they're in, but they didn't survive in the next ones. So these are the ones I'm going to be ranking on the side here. So I think I want to start with this shade. I wonder if this is a matte or a shimmer. I'm going to start with the shade Nightmare. It looks like it's a matte, but it has like almost like a sheen to it. Let's see if that'll go in the crease, how that'll go in the crease. So for the survivors of the Nightmare franchise, how I would rank them, they're not like the main character, but they did survive. They were main characters, but they weren't like the title main character. You know what I'm saying? So number 1 is going to be Kincaid and Joey. I really enjoyed Kincaid and Joey in part 3. They were in Nightmare on Elm Street part 3, Dream Warriors. I liked that they survived, and I liked their whole little group dynamic and trio of survivors from that movie. Well, there were 4 survivors from that movie, but of the kids, I really loved Joey and Kincaid and Kristen, how they all worked together. And even though when I first saw this movie, Kincaid got on my nerves, after watching it and actually going through the movie, I actually really grew to love him and his kind of outspokenness and how he was just acting that way out of fear. And I really enjoyed that character. I think he's hilarious. Joey's also pretty good character, even though he doesn't speak. He's like the typical teen boy. And I think the duo of them is why they ranked first for me. Number 2 is going to be Lisa Weber from part 2. I really like how she just stuck by Jesse. She's like your rich girl, you know, side character, but actually is a main character as well because she survived. And I really did like her in the movie. I think she was pretty cool. And I'm glad that she survived at the end and that she didn't abandon Jesse even after he was possessed by Freddy. Number 3 is going to be Dr. Neil from part 3. I feel like he was really working hard to help the kids, and he actually cared about the kids that were in the excuse me, in the home he was working in. And as their doctor, he was only trying to do what was best for them. So I really did enjoy his character, and I'm glad he survived in the end, even though all his efforts to save Nancy kind of went for nothing. But I think he was a pretty smart character, and I think he was a determined character as well. Okay, so that's the shade Nightmare there. Alright, continuing right along, I'm going to go into this shade Slash right here. And this is a deeper color. I'm going to go in with a more dense brush. And put this in the outer corner. And a little to the crease as well. Okay, so continuing with those side characters. Number 4 is going to be Dan and Jacob from part 4 and 5 respectively. I know they're in different movies, but I'm kind of putting them together because I don't know why. They're just, I am. So I'm putting them together since they're related. And they're both kind of on the same level for me, so that's why I'm putting them both at 4. Dan, he's an okay character. He's kind of one note for me. And then the kid, Jacob, which was the kid in the part, which ended up being the baby in part 5. A little strange, but overall, yeah, an okay character. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking I'm forgetting. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay. So, yeah, Jacob and Dan were number 4. Number 5 is going to be Will from Freddy vs. Jason. He was an okay character. Just kind of, again, a little one note for me. But, you know, a doable character. Sure. You know, nothing spectacular about him. And nothing that left a huge impression. Like, I had to look up his name. So, for me, yeah, that's why he's coming in at number 5 there. Number 6 is going to be Yvonne from part 5. She was okay. She kind of was a little irritating. I don't know if anybody else felt this as well, because she just would not believe, even though her friends were like dropping like flies. But in the end, she ended up being a cool character. I mean, I don't dislike her character in any way, shape, or form. So, you know, it's cool she survived or whatever. Although, it would have been nice to see someone else survive as well. And then, as far as for for number 7, this is the last one of these side characters. I think, that survived. Correct me if I'm wrong, but number 7 is going to be Quentin from the remake movie. He just was kind of a little boring, honestly. Yeah, just a tad bit boring for me. All right, you guys, I think I'm missing one person that survived in part 6, which is Freddy's Dead. I know there was a girl that survived, and I don't remember her name for the life of me. So I'll put her at number 8 then, because I don't even remember her name. But anyways, you guys will probably let me know what her name is. Let's go ahead and get into our like main character survivors that took on the new role of being the main character in each installment of this movie. So we're gonna start at the bottom with number 8, which is going to be Nancy Holbrook. You guys probably got nervous. You thought I was about to say Nancy Thompson. Nope. The Nancy from the remake is just kind of a snooze fest. If you've never seen the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, it's not the worst movie, but it is just kind of just rehashing the first Nightmare on Elm Street, and then they went a little too far with it. It's like they just took all the stuff that they did not want to put in the original and amplified it, which did not work. So then Nancy Holbrook from the remake is kind of just boring, honestly. It just looks like she doesn't want to be in the movie, which I heard was actually something that actually happened. And it just didn't, it translated through the screen for sure. I'm going to go into this shade Red Door to get this a little more red using the same brush. And then we're going to go into number 7, which is going to be Maggie from Freddy's Dead. This character's okay. As far as a character, I just feel like that it could have been done better if we were going to introduce Freddy's daughter, which if you have not seen that movie, spoiler, if we were going to introduce Freddy's kid, it just could have been executed a little bit better. And I don't feel like they did a very good job of executing it within this movie. And Maggie, while is an okay character, she just is not developed enough for me throughout the entire movie. So for me, it just didn't, the pieces were not adding up for me. So that's why that one comes in. She comes in at number 7. Number 6 is going to be Lori from Freddy vs. Jason. I am including that in all of my rankings because it does include Freddy and like the original Freddy as well. So why not? And Lori comes in at number 6 because while she was kind of like that strong character, it just wasn't hopping up for me personally. It was like whatever, you know. I think I'm gonna go in with the shade Dream now, which is one of the only, I mean, there's some like satins in here, but this I think is like the only like shimmer. Maybe this one as well. And then there's glitters, which I'm not gonna use the glitters. Let's keep going though. Number 5 is going to be Heather and Dylan from New Nightmare. I really like New Nightmare. But at that point, we'd already seen Nancy quite a few times. And while I do really love how they brought her back as herself, I think the combo of Heather and Dylan together, is which I'm ranking them together, was a great combo. And I think as a team, they worked well together. It's just that they don't rank as my favorite little final pairing group. And I'm glad they survived, but yeah, that's why they're ranking at number 5. I just like the other characters I'm going to mention just a bit more. Just a little bit more. I think I'm taking a flat brush to do this shade, this gold shade Dream, and I'm going to wet it when I put it on. Alright, so we just did 5, Heather and Dylan together. Part 4, maybe a spoiler. Number 4 is going to be Alice from Part 4. I really like Alice. I think she's a character that had a really good development throughout the beginning, from the start of when she appeared in the movie. It's like this very shy, quiet girl that's a friend of Kirsten, the new Kirsten, to by the end of the movie where she's just developed like a stronger sense of worth and personality. And I really do like the character of how we see her progression. And she's like appeared out of the most movies, right? As like a reoccurring. She was in part 4 and part 5, I guess. And she survived both. So she's the only character besides Nancy, that's been in 2 movies and survived both of them. So I enjoy her. I enjoy Alice. I like her. I think she's a pretty interesting character, and I think she's pretty good. She has a pretty good character development throughout her movie, even though she takes on the personalities of her friends. I think that was a cool concept as well. I mean, it's pretty cool. So Alice is coming in at number 4. On number 3, which is going to be a little different when I rank the movies. It might surprise you guys. I don't know, maybe. But number 3 for me is Kristen from Part 3. I really like Kristen from Part 3. I think she's a really good character. Very, very well thought out character. Interesting. Has a really cool dream power. And she's just a really good final girl. I mean, honestly, she's strong. She's got a sense of justice, and she's definitely going to fight to survive. So that's why for me, Kristen, I'm going to say Kirsten, not Kirsten. Kristen comes in at number 3. So who ranks above her? I want to say Jessie, even though Part 2 is not going to be on the top of my list, just a spoiler alert. I really like Jessie as a final character, and I like that we get a final boy or final guy instead of a final girl in Part 2. I just find it interesting. I like it. We don't see it every day in horror movies. It's most of the time you do see a final girl, right? I think just in general. And even if we do see like a guy survive, it's like the boyfriend or the side character. And I really like that we get Jesse here. There's a different take that he's getting possessed by Freddy instead of just being hunted and tried to being killed. Freddy's trying to possess him. So for me, that's why I like this character of Jesse. And then I just think he's a fun character. He's funny. The dancing, all of the homoerotic subtext throughout the movie. I just think the character is hilariously fun and really well done by the actor. So yeah, that's why Jesse's coming in at number 2. And I grew up with this movie as well. I grew up with the character. Like, we were always watching Nightmare Part 1 and Part 2. I just really like the character, and I grew up with it, so that's why Jesse. And he has a really good scream too. He has a really good scream. Yeah. Okay, and then number 1, of course, is going to be Nancy from the original, which right on time because I'm pretty much done with this look. It's pretty basic, but it's really cute actually, and it works really. I mean, it's nice. But yeah, Nancy from Part 1, of course, the original, as well as her return in Part 3. I just really think Nancy is like one of the best final girls that there is, honestly. And my opinion of that won't change. I think she's just an awesome, smart final girl. She takes charge. She's going to survive. And I really do like Nancy. And of course, being that I love Nightmare on Elm Street, the series, so much, it's one of my favorite series. Of course, she's going to be ranking high as she's in the first movie and she kind of started it all, you know what I'm saying? I just really, really like her character, honestly. Yeah, I think Nancy's just one of the best final girls that we have seen in slasher movies, and she's definitely my favorite from the Nightmare series. I think everybody can say pretty much Nancy will probably top, if not number 1, at least in the top 3 for final characters in the Nightmare series. So yeah, that's my list, you guys. I'm going to finish off the rest of my makeup, and then I'll come right back and talk about this palette and final thoughts. Alright, you guys. Alright, you guys, here I am back with the final look. I actually really like the eyes. They came out really, really good. So mostly using the red shades in this palette, and then the gold. I used Red Door slash, which is like a deep kind of maroon, brownie reddy color. Alright, you guys, so I'm back here with the final look with the Sweet Dreams palette from Peachy Queen. I really do like the way the look came out overall. I think it's really pretty using the reds and the gold. I used Red Door slash, which is like a deep maroony red burgundy type of shade, if that makes sense. And Nightmare in the crease. I really like it. I definitely want to do some more with this. And I also used, of course, the Shimmer Dream on the lid, and it came out really pretty. It's not like a blinding shimmer or anything, but it's really cute though. Did not get into the greens, but I do love to do a green look. I'll get into those maybe another time. And then really quick, I'll show you guys what else I use. I use the ABH foundation in the shade 370W. I use Toffee from the nude collection from or the nude chocolates from Juvia's Place. I use the Rare Beauty concealer in the shade 320 Warm. I use the Iman powder to set under my eyes, and then I use a lip pencil to line from ColourPop. It is in the Control CTRL, and then I use this little face duo to do my cheeks, and I use the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer also. So I put it up already, but I use this little duo on my cheeks, so the blush and then the highlight from e.l.f. and this one is pomegranate. So that's everything I use on my face. Eyebrows are just a pencil and a clear brow gel from Essence, and yeah, that's all I did with the face today. I also use mascara. The mascara I used is from AOA. It's their Dollar Color Mascara Brown, and for my eyelashes, which it's pretty nice. It's not like Baba Boom type of mascara, but it's a nice one. So that's all I did for the face. I really do like the palette so far, just from a first impression. I really love the theme, obviously, for Nightmare on Elm Street. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I'm going to say about the palette. Did you guys agree with my ranking list throughout the video? Would you agree that Nancy is the best surviving main character from the franchise? And what about the other survivors? Who's your favorite from the side survivors? Like I said, mine is definitely Kincaid and Joey. As a duo, I love the Kristen, Kincaid, and Joey combo. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. That's for this video. Thank you guys so much for checking me out and coming to watch another video. I will definitely be making more videos about this. Like I said, I'm going to do another video with the other Nightmare theme palette. And yeah, I will check you guys out in the next one. Definitely like this video if you want to, and subscribe if you want to see more from me. Bye bye guys, stay safe, adios.